Hi guys, how are you? You well? Nice one. My name's Erin, I come from Scotland. Thank you very much. I now live in Greenwich. Guys, I love it in London. I've been here for about a year. I think it's so cool. You guys have bikes that you can just pick up and leave anywhere. In Scotland, we call that theft. So it's weird, but I love it here. It's absolutely brilliant. When I first moved, I was so excited, man. I was getting on the tube and saying good morning to people, which was weird because I was usually commuting in the evening. But I was meeting all these people and they were staring back at me on the tube and I knew that they were just thinking, if you see something that doesn't look right, report it to the British Transport Police. But no, I lived for a little while with this Greek guy. He was so nice. He was super, super friendly as well. He would just burst into my room at all times and be like, hey, I made some homemade tzatziki. You want some? And I'd be like, Nikos, it is 3 a.m. Of course I want some. Heat the pita, let's go. But no, it's nice. I love living in London. It's such a good laugh. It's so good to be back on land, though, because I usually gig quite a lot on cruise ships. Fuck. Has anyone been on a cruise ship? What? You were so young. What did you do there? That's insane, yeah? Honestly, the average age on board I was working on was about 80 to 120 sort of vibe. Yeah, you know. There was still a DJ on board. I have absolutely no idea why, because the only request this guy ever got was turn it down. I'm not joking, it was so sad for him. But this was like the oldest cruise line to currently be sailing at sea. So I thought it was dead exciting, right? But every time I heard the string quartet, I thought we were going down. I found it scary. But no, it's a good laugh. I liked it. I didn't want to make too many sort of like elderly related jokes because I didn't want to offend anyone while I was there. But I remember one time I was like, fuck it, let's go, right? I made this wee old joke and there was a man right at the back. He did not like it. And he stood up and he was like that. You can't say that because that's ageist, right? I was like, fuck. So I asked him how old he was and he didn't reply. And I think he died. Guys, you can't be sure. Get that fucking card down, all right? Fucking card down. I've started dating this new guy recently, right? And he's English. He's my first Englishman. Boo. Wow, great. And represent for the Englishmen. My first Englishman, I was so excited. He's from Guildford, so I was like, oh, a little bit posh, right? I felt like Cameron Diaz in The Holiday. Council edition. That's it. That was council. That was Scottish for council edition. Sorry, translators, I'm going. But no, it's a nice guy. I thought it was really exciting, right? English guy, until I told my very, very, very Scottish father. And the first question he asked me was, how English is he? I don't even know what that means. I was like, Dad, he's not that English, but he does apologise after shagging, but he's not that English. It's fine. But I went to a family gathering as well with him recently, right? And one of his teenage cousins came up to me and she was like, Erin, are you from Glasgow? I was like, no, why? I come from Perth. She said, because I heard that a lot of people from Glasgow don't have any teeth. Right, I was like, I want to make a good impression, right? So I was like, ha, ha, ha. And then I pulled her aside and I was like, any more from you and you won't have any either, all right? And then I gave her a Glasgow kiss at the end. Oh, fuck you. But no, I took a little bit of time out from like cruising, that sort of stuff a few years ago. And I worked in Spain as an au pair. Does everyone know what that is? Yeah, it's basically just a French word for underpaid nanny, right? It was bullshit. But I looked after this like young 7-year-old girl, right? But she was, como se dice, a little bitch. She was un pequeño canto, I'll be honest, guys. I'm sorry for the language. The first phrase I learnt when I lived there was cállate la puta boca y fuera de mi habitación, which means shut your whore mouth and get out of my room. She was 7. I was like, whore mouth, it's called Hot Girl Summer, read a book, you know what I mean? Bitch. But I got on really well with the dad of the family because he spoke English, so he liked having a laugh with me and all the rest of it. His wife did not speak English, so she did not like that. So she'd come into my room, right? Give me a bit of this, give me a bit of that. I'd be like, do you know what, Carmen? Shut your whore mouth and get out of my room. Your daughter taught me that one. But no, I tried to do a little bit of dating as well when I lived in Spain. Really good laugh. I loved it so much. But difficult when you're learning like a different language as well and trying to date. I remember I went on a date with a guy, right? And what I wanted to say to him was, I get really excited about things, got a lot of energy, get excited like a little puppy. And I said to him that I get excited like a little slut. he was like, whoa, Scottish girl, I don't think you meant to say that. And I was like, didn't I? Woo!